properties we need it from the mechanical side or chemical or thermal or something like that. And we can search to find it the material at the moment we have from the textbooks, from the any journal papers or courses, as well as in research help us for the mechanical design to see about the some new advanced material, such as I said, carbon fiber. So we use it carbon fiber as a new material. So as I said, 10 times stronger than steel, and the weight is 10 times less than steel. So it's very perfect for the different applications such as automotive or also airplane. I came here with the airplane. Most of the part of the inside the airplane, they use it the carbon fiber. So this is about the research help us for the mechanical design, specifically for the material selection, for process selection as well. We can find it the different process, the same material, the same production. We can have a different option or process, and therefore again we can go to the research and find it, okay, what's the available process we have, as well as we can find it the new process for that. So mechanical engineering is the mother of the engineering. It is not because my background is mechanical, but you can see if you are working in manufacturing engineering, they need to have a mechanical. If you are working with electrical, still we need a mechanical. If you are working for civil as well, we need to know about the mechanical engineering. So I'm saying about definitely any company, industrial, they needs a mechanical. And mechanical design is not just using the software for designing, it is about the whole of the ideas, about the new of the design, as well as process and the material selection. So last night we talked about the integration between the research and mechanical design, such as material selection and process selection, but the biggest issue is intellectual property. One of you, can you tell me what is the intellectual property?
Patent.
You can read it and tell me if you like, you can say anything.
Patent.
Patent, or we call it patent or patent. It's not just about that. Patent is very important. So what is the intellectual property? Can any company, any person can design the same as this? No. Because it is the intellectual property. It's yours, or it's from the company. But if you register, okay? If you register about the trademark, this is the Starbucks, yeah. You can see in the Starbucks, nobody can do it the same as the Starbucks because it's the intellectual property, cannot do it. If they register, if they don't register, you can do it. But if they register, you have to go and see you can use it or not, you get the permission. Otherwise, you go to the court. And it's not $1, $2, it is $100 million, $100 million, something like that. You see? It's not just to say, this is the Apple Watch, and you can create it the same. Because Apple, for computer, for iPhone, for everything, they put it in the patent, as he said, and register, and we call it intellectual property. It is the same for you. What does it mean? It means once you are working in any company, you are working for company, all of them, once you go there, you sign, everything you innovated is for company. It happens to me. My student and I, we invented something, and all of them back to the RMIT. It's not fun. Because they told me, Hamid, you are coming here, and I'll give you money. So if someone copy from me, it means copy from RMIT, and RMIT, they have to go to the court. Based on the intellectual property. It happens sometimes, not too much. So, intellectual property is category of the property. Similar as your money is your money. This is your device is your device. Intellectual property is your idea and brain. Okay? So it means category of the property that include a tangible creation of human intellect. Okay? So the main purpose of the intellectual property law is to encourage the creation of wide variety of the intellectual goods. You know maybe better than others. You and you. Who is the very expensive bag for ladies? Hmm?
Hello.
Which company? Hmm? Hermes and Gucci, as well as Louis Vuitton and Chanel. So can you design the same as Chanel? It is intellectual property, they register. So therefore, the main purpose of the intellectual property law is to encourage the creation of the wide variety of the intellectual goods. It means once you created and built a bag, call it Gucci or I don't know, Chanel, nobody around the world, not just in Italy or France, can do it. No, around the world cannot do it. If they found someone do the same and they use it the logo from the Chanel, they have to go to the court because they have to write it the intellectual property. To achieve this, achieve of that, the law gives people and business property rights to the information and intellectual goods they create, usually for the limited period of time. For example, for computer is around a specific computer is 20 years. It depends on the goods. It's maybe 5 years, maybe limitation. But you have to register and you have to pay. To whom? To the organization register for you. And if the organization finds someone do the same as you, they have to go to the court. And the company support you. You understand? So therefore you have to pay money. Register. Based on the register, then you can go to the court. This gives economic incentive for their creation because it allows people to profit from the information and intellectual goods they create. So, as you can see, intellectual property legally recognize exclusive rights. It is yours and nobody can attack to that. And then creation of the mind, such as music, literature, innovation, symbols, image, they cannot use it. Nobody can use it, the logo from the Gucci. Okay? This is the symbols. IP is usually limited to non-rival goods, and then we creators exclusive rights to use their creation for a specific duration only. As I said, maybe 10 years, 5 years, until you register. You register your goods for 10 years, 5 years, and every year you have to renew. Otherwise, everybody can do it. In exchange for publish or creation. So, intellectual property is very big area for the business. If you go to the business and you pass some of the course in business, you can see it has a lot of things. You read it. I just bring it very short for you because once you design, you understand intellectual property, you have to register. I don't ask you to read it all of the IP, intellectual property, we call it IP, but I bring some very small information for you to understand, okay, we need to have a intellectual property, and it's very, very important for yourself, for your company, as well as don't use it IP from the other company. If you use it, your idea, you have to register in your IP. If you use it IP from someone else, some of the company, you have to give them the money. So therefore, IP, it has a many different categories. Most of them I like to say to this class about the industrial property and copyright. Industrial property, innovation, trademarks, and industrial design and mechanical design. Copyright gives its owner the exclusive right to make copies of the creative works. It depends on what are you doing. Maybe service provision, maybe consultancy, in-house service product, developed a startup, new businesses, and innovation. They have to work for the IP. So, generally, as I told you, we have a different kind and type of the intellectual property, such as copyright, confidential information, registered design, and innovation. One by one, I tell you very briefly. So this is the question last semester I asked from my student. Type of intellectual property. Which type of that? 1, 2, 3, 4. And here I asked them to write it. As I said, intellectual property is very large area. I don't ask you to understand all of them. You read it, all of them. Just I bring for you to understand about the intellectual property is important to protect your idea or your mechanical design for yourself and your company, as well as don't use it copy and design from other companies. First, copyright. What is the copyright? Copyright covers textual material, books, journal, reports, presentation, music, movies, art, software. So it's very, very important once you use it, any journal paper, you can see that the journal you like to see about the latest design for the pointer or something like that. You type it in the Google, you see it. So if you see that, can you use it? You can use it based your citation. And if you like to do the same, definitely copyright. You have to contact the company or university or journal and then ask, can I copy of that? And definitely they charge. So you have to register automatic or also duration. Most of the books or journals or something like that, it means the life of authors. Life of authors, it means until I am alive, and 70 years later. What do you think? How many years I will be alive? Or hopefully 100. 100 years I am alive, and 70 years later. It means in next, for example, 140 years later. Okay, 140. No, 100. 140. First, yeah, it looks like that. After that, what happened? You don't need it to do that. You understand? So the author for copyright is something like that. So still, if you are looking, you watching some movie, it's not the 70 years, so you have to pay. You can say this is the movie is very old, but still you have to pay. So another type of the IP is the confidential information. We call it the trade secrets, and then is about the confidentiality agreement and corruptors and something like that, and some of the law or something we can use it. Register design actually is the cover appearance only, and most familiar register, low cost or something like that. And the patent, as it is said, patent is the cover function and visualization of a novel innovation. Register must formally register and protect against unauthorized use the innovation for the specific time. As I said, for the patent or patent, you have to pay to the company, and it's very too much money. One of my colleagues had a patent for that, and they paid $200,000 for patent. It's too much. It's not possible everybody pay that. But after 1 year later, he had a contract with a different company, and they returned to him, and he is millionaire now because he invented a new method for the charging of the batteries, electric battery. And some of the company, they are coming to this design and new method he using, because he invented as a fast charging. The biggest problem for electric car is the charging. You go to the petrol station and you put the petrol there, it takes around 2, 3, 5 minutes. Okay? But electric car, you have to charge it around at least 1 hour or 2 hours. He used the method, actually is around a half hour, as well as charge very, doesn't damage the battery. He used it, I tell you, he used the new method for the wireless charging. Similar as my phone, but he did it many years ago, not now. The similar as these, wireless can charge the battery of electric car. So as I said, is millionaire. So I'm telling you why millionaire, because he had a contract with any company such as the fast charger, and then they give him money. Otherwise they have to invent a new one. Cannot use it that. So patent is very, very important function or visualization, as I said, and most formally register, high cost, but it's blocked, right, and brand name and name of your business they put there. I put it some of the more information about the patent, and then you can see about the patent if you like, you can read it. Some of the examples of the patent here, and this is, I think, some of the lady they use it. This, is that correct? So this is, it has a patent. It's not just you buy it anywhere, any shop, but any company they like to use it. This they have to pay to this guy, Charles M. Palmer, 1955. He issued after that and filling date is May 1950, and this is the patent number.
2 years expire.
You see, it looks like it's very simple. Is that correct? But it comes from the someone, and they register and put it the patent something. Another patent I like to tell you.
彼得50年的。
其实
I'm talking about the girls, ladies more than. Do you see some of the shoes in the back is red? Yeah. They have to pay it. If any shoes around the world they like to put it red, they have to pay to the company. And the company is Chanel. You cannot put it red in your shoes because it comes from Chanel. You just use it a marker and they patent. I'm talking about 60 years ago. And any company, shoes around the world, they use it the red for the back of the shoes, they have to pay. It's very funny sometimes, but it's $1 million, sometimes $1 billion. $1 billion comes from, it's good to tell you, is about some of the formula for the petrol. The petrol for the formula comes from the UK. And comes from BP. And then you have to pay, you are going and fill it the petrol in your car. But indirectly you have to pay to the PV around 1 cent. It's huge. Yeah? Still we have to pay because it's a patent about the formula of the chemical formula. So I'm telling you, patent is very important. Something you can see the patent has the claims, is the claim very large, and combination of the claim, the different area, sometimes is a small, and so claim number 1 is whole of that, or maybe one part, claim number 2, claim number 5. So it depends on the hierarchical structure and dependent claims. We can use it the patent. So most of the slide I bring for you the patent, because the patent is very important for the or subject. Or subject, it means design. Any question? From this subject, I will ask one question. The type of the intellectual property, or sometime I ask what's the intellectual property, something. You have to write it, not just calculation or something like that. Any question?
So how do we present our answer? How do we present our answer, or like, but to ask one question regarding intellectual property?
For that,
Yeah.
for the intellectual property,
Yeah.
I show you the picture about the company. For example, last semester I asked, I don't know, this semester is the same or not. I showed them the robot created by Dynamic Boston. I don't know. You know that? The best robot for built around the world. They like the similar as human. Maybe you see the doggy robot. Did you see the doggy robot?
Yeah, I got it.
You just push the robot, you cannot fall down. You just back to again. So Boston Dynamic is the best in the robot. I take one of the robots and I ask them for this robot, what is the IP we use it for this robot? What type of the IP we can use it for that?
Do you need to explain or just write?
Yeah, write it 1 sentence, 2 sentences. That's it. Or maybe I ask you the type of the IP we have. You can say about the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something. So it's not a big issue, and it's not too much difficult the question. Okay.
say your picture is Tesla. So Tesla is like one is patent, one is copyright, is it?
I just not go to the detail. I am asking about the whole of the IP. You understand about that? And write it for you. What did you understand from IP? In generally, once you go to the final exam, just review all the lecture notes. Don't go to the read paper, books, or text or something. Just pass some of the slides and remember. If he didn't come to the class, once you see, it's very difficult for him. But once you come to the class, you pass these, you remember me, you remember my voice and everything. You see? This is the difference between the student come to the class or not come to the class. So, in generally for final exam, I give you the booklet and write it the question, and based on the question, you answer them. And you allowed to bring a normal calculator as well. The next subject is new concept generation. What's that? Why we need this? New concept generation and evaluation. This is the, I like to back to whole of the ideas, all of the subject, and I like to go to the new subject, new concept. We have a concept for design. Why we need a new concept? Can you tell me, one of you or all of you, why we need a new concept? You design these and you say it's finished. Why we need a new concept for generation? Before I start, I like you open your mind. You see what is the, why we need this subject, okay? Because it's subject to subject. Why we need a new concept generation? What's the difference between the concept generation? As I said, concept generation comes from the you and your team, brainstorm or something like that. Why we need a new concept generation again?
New demand.
Huh?
Fit new demands.
Very good. Yeah. And development. When it comes to you, once you evaluate, you see we need a new concept generation. Because you design of this bottle, and after that you evaluated, you see, no, it's not very good, problem, mechanical problem, chemical problem, damage, or these days, as I said, the biggest issue is the recycling. All of the materials you use, you have to, I'm talking about Australia, you have to talk with the ministry, and they give you the certificate to use this material or not. Why? Because we have a huge wasted material, such as plastic. Okay? So, for the concept generation, if you remember, we discussed about one by one for you. When? 2 nights ago until now. First, I remember, I review for you, and then we go to the next concept generation, okay? Because I like to understand the consistency of that. You understand that I'm linking together. In introduction, design and design specification, I told you in mechanical design, we need to go to the design based of the Industry 4, and it's started, define the problem, generating the different concept evaluation, and detailed design. In another week, another subject, once we understand the design, we go to the, okay, what is the customer requirements for the design? In that subject, I told you we need SOR, and we have to talk about the aims, constraints, and objectives. SOR, statement of requirements, it means you have to, based of the customer needs identification, customer, they need something, you have to clarify what is the aim, what is the constraint and requirements, and objective. As I said several times, aim is one maybe sentence, is goal, but you can divide it to many objectives, objective 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe step 1, step 2, step 3 to go to the aims. And constraint, it means the border or limitation. So another subject, if you remember, we talked about 2 nights ago, last night, I think last night, is about to identify the research needs. And then, as I said, the research for design, we need to getting a start. Identify your research topic, understanding assignment and everything. Once we found the topic for research, specifically for design, we go to the deep, and in the deep we have to find it, what is the research focus, access of that, and evaluate it. Another subject, if you remember last night, we talked about the project management. I told you this course is, some part of them is based on the project management. In the project management, last night I explained to you about in the project management, project planning is important, scheduling is very important, monitoring and control is important. And I told you about the 2 tools we have for project management or project planning, Gantt chart and CPM. After that, last night I talked about the communication between the research and design, how research help us for design. Okay? And if you remember, I told you we can communicate between the research and design. For material selection, we don't say about I use this material. You have to wide area of the material, you can find it based on the research. And process selection. Process selection also is we need to have the same production, the same quality, the same property, mechanical property or chemical property, but we can use it the different process. So last night we talked about the process selection. And then, if you remember, we talked about the house of quality last night. It was about the qualitative and quantitative research. It means between the customer requirements and technical requirements, and we discuss about these 4. As I said, one of the 10 marks of from 40 in final exam, definitely I ask you to fill it similar as this form, and then you have to write it customer requirements, and then also based on the customer requirements, fill it the technical requirements, and then you found it about the correlation, show the maximize, minimize, or target, and after that you have to find it between the correlation between customer requirements and technical requirements, and you find it which one is importance, which one is the first importance to produce, which one is second, third, or something like that. So based on this house of quality, then we make sure about which of the customer requirements and technical requirements we have to first step or second or something like that, based on the we found it the importance. The last subject today I talk about the intellectual property, and then intellectual property I say about the why we need it. This is the question. Sometimes I ask a question: why should you care? And also the different kind of or type of the IP we have. Now we are going to 1, 2, 3, 4 subjects and finish. New concept generation. So all of them from 1 to 7 is just review for you. Okay? Review about the 2 nights ago until now, and to understand about the whole of the design, customer requirements, intellectual property, project management. Now we are going to new concept generation and evaluation. Why? Why we need this? So, in the new concept generation and evaluation, we have a design process and concept generation management. Design is the process for creating the product to meet a set of needs. It is a process. It's not just one time you can design and finish. So if you look at this, design is an iterative process because steps are repeated until the problem solved. It's not just one time you design and then you can say finish. A mechanical engineer, it means your job. Design, builds, test, analyze, and refines until a solution reached is your job. It's not just say, I design and finish. You have to build it, you have to test it, analyze it. So therefore, sorry, new combination of the previous unrelated ideas and solve the problem is important. So all of my ideas is here. If we started from here, design. With design of the some thing for the material, the design for this specific, we can say software, hardware, or combination of that. Based of that, we can fund it specifically for hardware material selection. After the material selection, we go to the process selection and produce. Produce here, it means for the first time, it means prototype. Okay. Prototype, you try to, for example, to prototype of this, and you after that, you see evaluated, it means tested. Maybe you put it in some water and you see leak. Okay, maybe it's not very good material or you have to work more of that. So then you back to the redesign. Redesign of that, and you see this redesign, go to the design, it means redesign it. Go to the design, material selection, process selection, produce, evaluate, redesign and design, and again and again and again. So this one, it means, as you can see, it is the circle. It means in the design problem statement, and then based of that problem, we have to fund it the concept generation. Then concept generation go to evaluation. Once the evaluate of that, you can see it's not correct, it's not complete. You talk with your friend, you talk with other companies, and you can see we have to resign. So whole of the design is not just one time. It is problem definition, concept generation, evaluation, and redesign. Redesign until we have a solution of production. This is whole of the concept generation. So for prototype, build a prototype for test. It means plan your test, check performance, and usability and durability type test of the prototype is collect of the test analysis of that. And the question is which stage in the design process is the most important and difficult? Which one? Back to here, which part of them is difficult to run it? Can you answer to me? Yes? Good. Hmm?
Material selection.
And you?
Planning.
To hear which one is the biggest challenge and very important.
Design.
Hmm?
The design.
Design, material selection, process selection, which one? Can you answer me? What do you guess? Tell me. Hmm? Production? Anybody else? Concept generation. Concept generation is here. Redesign and design. Design and redesign. It is the biggest part and very difficult. Why? Because once you try to design, it should be solve the problem first. Second, your design doesn't copy from someone. Your design should be a novelty. Your design have to evaluate. Your design has a past and a prototype. So design and redesign, it means concept generation is the biggest part for the subject. Because mechanical engineer have to, I wrote it for you, research and generate many concepts to develop several solutions that meet the aim, objectives, and specifically constraints. Okay? All of them is the biggest problem and important and difficult is concept generation. So, do you remember we discussed about the problem definition and then we go to the detail? But now we have to go to the concept generation and concept evaluation. So this is the, if you remember last time, I told you after the problem definition, we go to the detail. But I'm saying no, we have to find between the gap between this and that, between the detail design and problem definition is concept generation and concept evaluation. Based on the concept generation, we have to evaluate. What is the concept generation? I show you with the flow chart. The concept generation problem, as you can see, problem definition. Then you can see, for example, the problem valid and justifiable. Yes, concept generate concept. If no problem, we have to define again. If answer is yes, concept generation. And concept generation need technology exist. If no, scientific research we need it, we go back to here. If we have a technology, develop a solution. I'm telling you concept generation is after the problem, you see, problem definition is concept, but it's not just one time you do that. It comes there and then go to the loop, go to the loop, go to the loop until we developed a solution. So far you understand the design, but now you understand we have a concept or generation. And then you decide on idea that best meets the constraint, has the least negative characters. So the question is, how we can concept generate? How? This is one of the question every time I ask from the student, because it's very important for design. How we can concept generation. Can you tell me? Consider you are working together as a team
Mm.
and you like to design of this cup, yeah? You design it, but you evaluate it and you see it's not completely correct. What should we do? What do you do?
Modify.
Define the problem again from this and then
Modify.
and modify. So first you talk with your friend as a
Customer.
as a brainstorm. Brainstorm. It means come together, try to concept generation methods. Write it and talk about your friend, and then share it your idea about how we can generate a new concept. Is that correct? This is one first method. Do we have another method? Yes. Another method, brain writing. What is the brain writing? What is that? You write it for yourself. She write it for herself, and she write for herself, okay? Then you pass to her, and she passed her writing to her, and she her writing to you, and then go to the circle. You see? This is brain writing. What's the benefit of that? What's the benefit of that? How many?
From the other person's side.
Yeah, how many idea come there? Consider we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah? How many idea? 4. One you, one your friend. It means 4. Do you agree it's 4 or more? Why more? Tell me. Very good. You go there. How many? Do you know what? You know Bill Gates, yeah? Who is Bill Gates? Founder of Microsoft, yeah? He said, once you have one idea, you have one idea. Once you talk with your friend and friend have a 2 idea and you share it, how many idea you have?
4. 2 square.
Not 2. If 3,
9.
2,
9.
no, 2 power 3, 8. 2 multiply to 2, multiply to 2. So why? You say you have one idea. Why is 8? Tell me. Why? Because once you receive the idea from him, what's your name? Sorry? Eva. Once you receive the idea from Eva, you added his idea to your idea and bring a new idea. And you the same, and he same. And then go to the loop and develop. You understand? It's not just 1, 3, you say we are 3 idea. So one of them is brainstorm, it means you talk together, one of them, and this is the I ask from my student to do that. It means write it any method or for concept generation and then share it together. Don't share for the first time, write it, and once it's finished, just pass to him, he passed to him, and then you can. Once we read it, the next time again and again and again, we can finally find many methods. Some of them are acceptable, some of them doesn't. But idea is important, the concept is important. And we see 3 ideas generated 8 ideas, not 3. So, another concept generation method is morphological chart. We can use it that is similar as this chart, and you say about we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 method for the for example, concept generation or produce a product or any production. We can say we have a different actually about the features, and based on the features we have a different function. For example, the function we can contain, I bring an example for you, contain breeds and material for drink, mechanism to provide access to juice, display of the product information, or something like that. So, based on the different function, we have a different feature, can, bottle, box, or something like that, and when we see, we have to fill it this form. So once you fill it this form from the this method, morphological chart, we can see some of them is feasible. You highlighted green. What does it mean, green? It means for contain, it is a concept generation, a product. Definitely we need a contain brevet. It means can, bottle, box, or something like that. So we can see which one is feasible, which one is correct, which one is we can produce, it is back. And for material for drink, you can see between the 1, 2, 3, 6 option, this is the films is better. For the mechanism for to provide access to juice, we can say the trade corner. So I'm telling you the green, it is a feasible combination because it comes from the different ideas, and then you choose it. And some of them is red. Red means infeasible. You can put it, definitely we cannot use it. For example, the bottle, we cannot use it, the contain bridges. So, the method, as I said, is morphological chart for the concept generation. Concept generation comes from one of the method, brainstorm. Second one is the brain writing, and third one, create a morphological chart. I show you the based on the different features and different function, you can find the different methods, and then we listed of them. So another things in the class, I talk with my student is bio, me, tech. What does it mean? Bio, me, tech. Why? What does it mean? For concept generation. What's that? Copy from nature. Very good. I am teaching in PhD student and master student, AI, machine learning. And once I talk with them, we understand sometimes it's very difficult problem. We cannot solve it. What's my solution? Copy from nature. Consider I am working for autonomous vehicle, and they are thinking about how they can machine or computer can do it instead of the human. I tell them, okay, consider machine is the similar as human. What human can do? It means what's the nature. Everything is from nature. You get the idea, put it in your computer. So we call it biomimetic. So this is one of the concept generation. Any difficult problem, this is my suggestion to you. If we found it any difficult problem, one of the solution is using the back to the nature. Why back to the nature? Can you tell me why back to the nature? Why nature is good?
Because
How many years you are alive? How many?
a few,
No, how many? Tell me.
30,
80 years, 90 years?
80, 30.
Yeah.
I will be alive.
Until to
Less than 100. Yeah.
less than 100. Hopefully more than 100. Yeah.
Yeah.
100 years old for him or for me is too much, yeah? It's good, but it's too much. For whole of the nature, 100 years is too much. Very, very small. When the actually galaxy comes there, we call it Big Bang. When? When?
Billions of
Billions of years.
I write it for you, please save your mind. $14.8 billion years. Okay? All life is not nothing. 100 years is not nothing. So I'm telling you, nature developed. We are here. And next generation definitely developed more than us. Why? Because nature has a dynamic. We are dynamic. And we have to improve it. First, human comes to the earth, has a lot of problems, problems and concerns. Now we have, but we finish it some part. For example, before I come to this Singapore, I have an infection, and I am using the amoxicillin. 100 years ago, we don't have any antibiotic. A lot of people died. See, I'm telling you, nature is the very good solution for us. And then I say biomimetic, you use it for as a concept generation. If you couldn't find the solution, you back to the nature and you see what similar as this. So another method for the concept generation is concept map. And then concept map, it means you write it something for the, for example, recycling, and you see how we can do this recycling waste, such as air, land, water, recycling for the reduced raw material, recycling for the law is important for them, cost of the original product. So based on this concept map, we can find it the different relation with the other subjects. So this is another concept generation. And last one is the function analysis. Function analysis I bring for you, sorry, is about the everything we can consume has a primary function, and then, for example, I bring for you that this about the freezer, and then you can see how we can find it based of the function analysis. As you can see, I bring this method, we call it the Fogg matrix, and the base of that we can find it the different criteria such as feasibility, cost, long-term benefit, maintenance, and also availability or something like that, and then we give them the different alternative solution from the different function we use it, and then we can apply it for that. So based on this evaluation, you can have a matrix, and you can choose which one is we can use for the designing, and then we go to the evaluation. Any questions so far? Yes? So, for evaluation, what should we do? For evaluation, concept generation is correct for design with the different method. How many methods? Tell me. Concept generation. What was the first one? That's definitely question in the final exam. Brainstorm, writing, brainwriting, and
Concept.
volumetric. That's okay. So we have a 6 method. Okay, we write it 6 method and one by one, right? So concept generation, we did it. Come to the evaluation. How can I evaluate your design is good or not? Tell me, how can I evaluate? Can you tell me how we can evaluate? So far, we understand we have 6 methods to new concept generation, brainstorm. Now we are thinking about how we can evaluate it. Can you tell me how we can evaluate it? I write it for you, risk management. Okay, if you go to the industry, if you go to the company, evaluation, sometimes they use it risk management. Okay, risk management number 1, risk management number 2. Risk management number 1, mainly they call it reliability and safety. Okay, so you design some concept, and then based of that, you try to evaluate of that. Okay. So therefore, it's very important to say about the evaluation of the concept. So, new concept evaluation, reliability. So what is the reliability? Why reliability and safety are critical design constraints? Because it is based on the ethical and legal. As the complexity of the engineering system increase, so does the difficulty of the ensuring reliability and safety. So reliability and safety definitely is very important for design. Risk management in engineering. If something go wrong, it will go wrong. I think in the different culture, different people around the world, they have the same. In my background, they call it, if you put it the brick incorrectly and you build it the building is wrong because your first brick is wrong. So I write it for you. If something can go wrong, it will go wrong totally. Okay? So engineering systems are very complex with many elements, and we need to know about the risk management. Risk management I show you with the RM, and this is different from reliability engineering. RE and RM is different. Okay? I tell you, for the concept generation evaluation, we have to consider about the RM and RE. RM, it means risk management. Identify all the failure modes and risking backwards to reduce the chance of the failure. It means we try to design and then we have to evaluate of that. Not go to the end and you say, okay, it's not good. No, during the design the new concept generation, we have to check it. What is the identify the failure it will have? Boeing company, yeah, or any automotive company, they have make it vehicles or airplane. Is that correct? So for each of the parts, each of them, they write it the failure. Maybe it happens, maybe not, but we have to put it. So we call it RM. It means failure modes and risking backwards to reduce of the chance of the failure. RE, it means reliability, calculate likelihood of the failure. It means probability. Likelihood, it means probability. 0.5 or 50% or 2%. It is, we call it R. So, if you look at this graph, it is the number of hours, for example, you work with this system or phone or anything, you created, and after a while, you can see, after the many hours, and you can see the number of failure increased until 200. Yeah? For example, if I use this for, don't know, maybe 10 years, it goes to the failure after 10 years. Some of the devices after 2 years, some of the devices after 5 years. I write it maybe hours. So if we go there, it go to the number of the failure, and then we can see we go after a while to 100. This is, we call it FT. FT means failure. And what does it mean T here?
Time.
Huh?
Time.
Time. Failure is the function of
Time.
time. It means it changes based on the time. What is the R?
Reliability.
Reliability. Reliability is 1, is very good. But after a while becomes 0. This is the difference. Is that correct? Failure increase, reliability decrease. So please everybody save your mind. Reliability decrease and failure increase. This is obvious. Reliability is the opposite of failure. Again, we call it R with red as function of the time. It means during the time it will be finished. Okay. I write it the equation for you. Don't save it your mind. I don't ask you, but probability, or we call it likelihood, is FT. Failure is NF divided by N0. N0, what is that? Is the sample of the number of the sample we have, and the failure, it means NF. It means failure, how many? For example, 50. And divided by 100, based of the time. Maybe 50, maybe 40, maybe this, and then you can see failure actually is, it means the probability is increased. So, and as you can see, this is failure is based on the probability and likelihood. Reliability is 1 minus this. Is the similar as formula, but you put it 1 divided minus this, because it's started from 1 and decrease it. Is that correct? Is that clear for you? Reliability is the same as failure, 1 minus failure, it means reliability. So I bring some of the equation and some of the examples. I don't ask you, you understand, and I don't ask you to put your time to work for that, but you can see this is my writing. Okay? Do you like I continue? My writing from here and then this, and based on this answer to this derivation, I found it that this equation, this is my writing. Okay? Don't save it to your mind. I tell you which part. And then I continue. I continue. And continue. And continue. And then we come to the example. So don't, I write it, this is the part of my calculation. It's part of my thesis. Okay? You don't ask you to save it, but I write it for you. To answer to this question, we have to put it the integral and then find it how much is that. And then finally, you can see about some of the example I try to use it. Here, definitely I ask you a question. Based of this background, based of this mathematics, if you ask me any question, I'm free here to answer you. Based of these, I write it two important things for you. Here you save it your mind. Okay, what is that? For concept generation, yes, we have a system 1, system 2, system 3. What does it mean? Step 1, step 2, step 3. Maybe these systems is 1, 2, 3. And what is that?
Series.
Series. It means once you finish 1, go to 2, go to 3. Yeah? What is the reliability of 1? R1. Reliability 2, R2. Reliability 3, 3. Whole of the system reliability, whole of them, how much is that? Multiplication of them. Is that correct? Reliability this to this and this multiplication. Or maybe in mathematics we show the, what's the this?
Pi.
Pi. We have a sigma, it means plus, pi means multiplication. I from 1 to I 2 and 3. So, don't say with this, you understand 1, 2, 3, if it is series, it means multiply together. Is that correct? Write it please your paper if you like, because I give you the example. Definitely in the final exam I have a question for that. So, what is that? New concept generation. And in concept generation, we have step 1, step 2, step 3, system 1, system 2, system 3. If someone asks me how you can find this formula, I can tell you about this. Based on this, I write it down. You can find it from the book, it's okay. I'm telling you, not just from me, I write it to some, solve it by using the integrals. So, if the series reliable 1, reliable 2, reliable 3, this is multiplication together or pi. But this is one method for one system. Another system, it means failure if any one component is failed. Consider this one is failed, so whole of them fail. If this one good, but this one failed, whole of them fail. If this is failed, 2 and 1 doesn't have failed, whole of them fail. It is the series, okay? And you put it here, 0, multiply to this, it means whole of them fail, okay? another system we have, and if you ask me how can I calculate, I'm telling you from this system. So another system is parallel. You can show this shape for yourself. We have a system 1, system 2, and system 3. And we have a R1, reliability 1, reliability 2, reliability 3. Whole of the reliability, it means 1 minus F system. It means 1 minus F1 multiply F2 multiply F3, or 1 minus 1 minus R1 multiply to 1 minus R2 multiply 1 minus R3. So, which part of them you have to save it in the last one? If the system is parallel, is 1 minus multiplication of the 1, 2, 3. Okay? So, if the system is parallel, 1, 2, 3, the whole of the reliability of the system is 1 minus this. But if it is series, it means R1 multiply R2 multiply R3. Okay? It means reliability 1 multiply to 2 or 3. Series. It's very simple. But if the system is parallel, is that. If you ask me how, Hamid, can you calculate and you found it, this is a long story for the equation. You don't need it to work for that. Okay. If one of them failure, tell me, what's your name?
Chin.
Chin?
Yeah.
If one of them failure, what happened for all of the system?
Just one system failed. The
One of
system
them,
can still run.
for example, R1 failure, R2 and 3 it works, so we can go this way or we can go this way.
Yeah.
Yeah? If R1 and R2 doesn't work and failure, we can go to the R3.
Yep.
When it failure, all of them, it means R1, R2, R3 is failed, and the whole of the system failed. How about this? If one of them fail, it works? No. But this one, if one of them fails, can we work here? If one R1 fail, we go R2, R3. Is that correct? That's it. So, who are you? Yes, yeah. What's your name?
Oh, Amir.
Amir.
Yeah.
Very good. How are you, Amir? Good. Amir, you are a designer. Yes? Mechanical design. Which system do you like to design? Serial or parallel? Parallel. Why? That's correct. Why?
Contingencies.
Because one of them failure, we can still work it.
Yeah.
Okay? So, as a mechanical engineering, as remember Amir every time. I ask him what is his name and say with your mind. Amir. I ask him as a mechanical designer, which one is good choice? Parallel or serial? As a mechanical designer, most of the time trying to design parallel. If it is possible. Sometimes it's not possible. For example, what is this system? A parallel, it is a pointer, and the parallel is change the slot. Pointer doesn't work. It still work. It's parallel. This one also parallel. If they cannot change it, doesn't matter. Still pointer it works. Yes, it is parallel. How about which part of this system is serial?
Battery.
Very good, thank you. Battery. The battery is serial. And the battery comes from here. If it is fail from this button, pointer and change a slide doesn't work. It is serial. Okay. As a mechanical engineering, my suggestion to you, most of the time, try to design parallel, because one of the function doesn't work, other function works. Okay? So, which one is more reliable? Parallel. Annie said. Parallel. Okay. The question in the final exam is this. And if you ask me, the equation is this, and this is my writing, don't worry about that, okay? The question is this. Please answer to this question. We have a, Amir,
Yes.
you design this, call it this design 2, and Amir design 1. Tell me, which one is good, this one or this one? As you can see, A and B parallel, serial by C, A and B serial, parallel with C. Found it. You design this or design this, which one is more reliable? It means how much is reliable of the one, how much reliable number 2. This is definitely a question in final exam. Please calculate. Which one? Calculate.
应该是9000那个
If you get an answer, please everybody try to calculate. I think is yours, yeah? Thank you. And this one? From you? Thank you so much. It's charge me. We have around 10 minutes. Have a try to solve it this, and then I let you know what's the answer. Have you found it? What's this?
I hope it's correct. Someone help me.
This is quite scary.
有，这样 A 比较。
That is very peace of mind.
Mm.
这个要 times 0.9。
You multiply it.
Oh, 995. 少一个 9。
对啊，第一个不要这个81关了，整个 system 关了。
Have you finished? Yes? Which one is more reliable? A, 1 or 2? I mean, is your job. Tell me, 1 or 2? One is more reliable. Everybody accept?
Yep.
Agree?
Yep.
Look at to this. Look at to the calculation. As you can see, it is 0.99 reliability, and this one is 0.89. This one is less reliable. Why? If you look at to this reliability, because it is a parallel, we have to write it 1 minus. Minus what? A and B is serial. So A and B multiplication together and then parallel between the C. So for the parallel one, we consider both of them is one system, and then multiply to this, and then we calculate this one. How about the system number 2? System number A and B is parallel. So this one is -1 minus system A multiplication to system B, because this parallel we use it this formula, but the combination of these after that multiplication to C, multiply to C, and if you calculate, you can see here. So, as a mechanical engineer, okay, and designer, you have a 2 options. Sometimes you don't have an option, that's okay. But if you have 2 options, you have to find it what's the reliability of that. And the reliability says, Amir, this system, if you design, you can evaluate more reliable than this, okay? Compared to the system 2, system 1 is more reliable. So this is the part of the evaluation, and then we can use it. So in the final exam, because you are interested for final exam, I show you, I ask you the similar as this picture, or similar as this, and I give you the different reliability for the systems, and then I say about calculate reliability system 1 and 2. And then finally you say which one is more reliability. I need your calculation. Don't put it in the computer lab, sorry, in the calculator. Write it, type it, and then result it there. Okay? Because you don't say one is better. No, I need to calculate by hand and put there. This is obvious. You can use it the calculator. But I need how you can calculate and writing something. If you don't write it just these and these, or you say just number 1, it's not acceptable. So this is the reliability I show you. And then I have another example. You can see about this reliability, and you found it of that, and then calculate based on the equation, and you see how much is the reliability. So you think for the reliability of these, it is just very simple. Yeah, it's not the simple. It is very, very important. Mechanical engineer, they have to do that before failure, not after failure. Before failure, you have to calculate. And you have to put it in the document for many years. You are engineer today for design, but you put it document, maybe you go to another industry, you go to another country. Put it the document based on the failure and probability of the failure. I show you the case, and you can see this is the case in the Quebec, in Canada. And you can see risk management in engineering. They have a construction, and then you can see they write it the failure, but the failure didn't write it correctly, calculated, and you can see it fall down. Okay, I'm telling you, this is very important for the failure. And another things, this is the like to talk about is, I don't ask you about this, but it's very important to know about it. SWOT, do you know SWOT? No. For the evaluation, for concept evaluation, we have a method SWOT analysis. S, strength, O, opportunity, W, it means weakness, 3, it means strength. You have to put it S-O-W-T, S-O-W-T. What does it mean? You show the similar as this table, for your design and put it internal inside the industry and external of your industry. Internal, what is your strength of your design and what is the weakness? List it. 5 to 10. Internal. And for external, it means competition with other company, other industry. You put it the external opportunity is here and threat is here. So we call it SWOT. So definitely is very useful for you if you go to the working in company. You have to fund it based of any design, any production, any things. You have to analyze it of that SWOT. I bring for you about the example, and this is SWOT analysis, because you write it based of the different strengths, weakness, opportunity, and threat, and then you put it for your any design or for new concept generation, and you have to actually show about the analysis of it. So risk analysis. Another things I don't ask you about this in the final exam, but I just very quick review for you is about we have another method, but it's not popular. We can use it the risk analysis, and the risk analysis we have to find it what is the impact of occurrence and probability. Importance is here, or impact is here, or importance is here, and probability here. Very low, low, medium, high, and very high. Very low, low, medium, high, and very high. So any design, any concept generation, you have to create of these and then fill it of that, based of this. So therefore, probability is, or likelihood, we can comes to that here, and the impact comes there, and then based of this you found it, okay, it's very high, you can use it the red color, it means high concern. High concern for you, for your company, and for future. Because you design now, maybe future, maybe 10 years later we have a fail. So, and then medium concern and low concern, all of them, it shows about the analysis of the failure. So, also we have another method, fault-free analysis. I will tell you, we have a break around 10 minutes, and once we back, we can continue of the subject. This is number 11.